It's Mr. Mark Cox, everybody.
Good evening, how are we all doing? What? That's a good icebreaker, I know. I just want to introduce myself. My name's Mark, with a C, because my parents wanted me to be different and stand out. But anyone who went to school, did you really want to be different and stand out? If I did, it was being for kind of like, I don't know, educational excellence or sporting prowess, but I'll give you a look. And my GCSEs, ironically, were all C's. And when I was growing up, I didn't like my name, so I decided I wanted to change it. I narrowed it down to two answers, Phil and Paul. But when your surname's Cox, registration's going to be fucking fun. You know, I was in Paris last week, true story, I was in Paris, walked into the hotel to check in, walked up to the guy behind the desk, and I thought, I'm going to use my textbook's French here. J'ai une réservation dans le nom de Mark Cox. He went, English? Yes. He looked at his screen and he went, with a C? What fucking hope do I have if the language that invented Mark with a C doesn't believe I should have that letter? But you know what, one thing, I do have someone to blame for this. I have my dad to blame. His name was Jeffrey, nothing unusual. Jefffery, or so he thought. The moment he was filling in his marriage certificate to my mother, it was pointed out to him that he was spelling his name wrong for his whole life. It should have been R-E-Y. And do you know what? Instead of thinking, I need to change all my details now, he leant over to the registrar and said, "You've got a depot form, 2 for the price of 1. It's only 1 form, I don't have to fuck about." And well, no word of a lie, he did that. I only found out that when he died. And I got this form that said, what the fuck's he's got a spelling correction on his name? That was my old man for you. But he did try to give me one piece of advice as I was growing up. I was entering my late teenage years. I don't know if anyone here's had it. Have you ever had the sex chat with your parents? Yeah. It's kind of awkward. So I walked up, my dad said, "Mark, meet me downstairs, I've got to have a chat with you." Okay, what? I'm thinking, fuck, I know what this is about. I sat downstairs with him. There was no cucumber, there was no condom on the table. Thinking, fuck me, I must be safe here. He looked at me and he went, "How are you going to deal with awkward questions the ladies ask?" What? He said, "Women, they like to ask you questions, but they already know the answers to them. They'll ask you questions like, do you still love me? Does my bum look big in this? And shall we go to my mum's for dinner on Sunday? But Pops, those are easy. Yes, no, and if she's cooking beef Wellington." He said, "Don't be a smart ass. Just remember, you're not under oath. You can lie sometimes." I thought, I'm not going to lie. I'll tell the truth. I'll be an honest boy. But there was one question he didn't warn me about. I'm sure some of you have done this before. A question of, what are you thinking? Why do you want to know what's going on inside of my head? What do you think's inside here that's going to give you some fulfilment in life? A bloke's brain is very zen. If you've got a male partner, you look into their brains when things are very empty tonight. There's fuck all of any interest going on. Absolutely fucking nothing. And I wonder, Zuckerberg doesn't want that amount of data, so why the fuck do you? But I would answer honestly, so I get the question every so often. So some of the answers I've given over the years have been things like, do dogs lick humans because they're made of bones? 72-hour deodorant. Who the fuck wakes up on Monday, has a shower, puts some spray on and goes, well, that's me done till Thursday? And was everybody really kung fu fighting? Everybody, everywhere, as fast as lightning? She got up and walked away at that point. She'd had enough. But me and the missus now, we've been together for 26 years. Thank you, but you're just cheering for tolerance. 26 long years. I did work out that's more than half my life, and that ratio is only going to get a bit bigger. And I thought the other day, some Metropolitan Police officers have been given less time than that recently. But sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. But now, like, me and the wife, we've kind of grown up together from the teenage years. We had our kids really young. They're pissed off now. So if we ever want to do anything, we don't have to worry about getting a babysitter in. Nothing like that. And so we're there in a restaurant one day, and she's looked over at me and gone, this is really nice, isn't it? Yeah, we just had our starters. I was just waiting for the mains to turn up. And we've had a couple of drinks. And I haven't had it for a while, but she's looked at me and she's gone, what are you thinking? Her brain's gone, oh, fuck, you weren't prepared. Okay, angel devil moment here. The angel's gone, don't ruin the night. Don't tell her what you're thinking, just tell her it's lovely. You're having a good night, we'll see where it turns out. And the devil's gone, fuck it, tell her the truth. And the devil was right. I'm going to tell her the truth. So I looked her square in the eyes and I said, I'm thinking about Toy Story. Toy Story? Yes. I watched Toy Story 3 earlier this week with my little nephew. In that film, Andy's 17 years old. 17! And he's still got the same toys from when he was a kid. He's never got rid of them, he's never thrown away. They've never ended up on a charity shop floor. Has it not occurred to you at some point, you're going to have Buzz and Woody sat there on the floor, looking up, motionless, watching as their childhood companion masturbates his way through his teenage years. And then you've got Bo Peep trying to move behind Rex so she's not seen, so she doesn't become tonight's cum rag. And one last thing, ladies and gentlemen, that always goes down well. On the table next to me was my mum and dad. My mum had her head down going, he's not my fucking son. And my dad had his head in his hands and he looked up and he said, Mark, that's the moment you fucking lie. I've been Mark, you've been wonderful, thank you.